Okay, so let's talk about the Ableton Push 2 controller. So I have here an Ableton Push 2, and the biggest thing that you'll notice about the Push 2 is that it knows a lot about what Ableton is doing. The whole idea behind the Push 2 controller is that you could write a whole track without ever looking at your screen. You need to be connected to Ableton and a computer to use the Push 2. Because it doesn't actually have live in it. It needs to talk to live, but it knows just about everything that's going on. So here's my kind of rack of buttons. I can adjust these, and you can see it automatically adjusting on the screen. This is actually made by Ableton, so it is integrated on every level. I can go to the track, I can go to my sends. Here's my EQ. It's got really beautiful graphics built into it, so I can just really get control of things. And it has the grid. Now this grid is not so much designed to launch clips. It's actually designed to be more of a keyboard. If I pull up an instrument here, just throw an analog up, and you'll see it update right away. So now I have kind of everything I need to play some music. And in this case, the way it's set up is that it's in C major. These different colored notes are my Cs. I can cue up any scale or anything like that, and make it so I can play totally chromatic if I want. I can adjust any settings of the synth up here. If I navigate through it, let's change it to, maybe a rectangle wave. Now, I say that this isn't designed to be a, clip slot grid launching tool, but it does obviously have a mode where you can do that. So people do use this as a performance controller, where you can go into clip launch mode, and you can do all kinds of fun stuff, like this quantize button can be really fun and get you some really cool effects. But primarily we think of this as a composition tool, at least I do. That being said, it is a super great controller, and if you got the extra cash, I highly recommend getting one. My favorite thing about it actually is not the performance element of it, but the way that this is basically just a MIDI keyboard laid out in a really weird way helps me just come up with some new ideas, right? Like when I put my hand down on a piano, I'm going to do something because I know how to play piano a little bit. But here, it's just kind of so different that I might come up with something different just by the things that it makes my brain do that's just different. So I come up with different ideas, right? Because it's a whole different instrument. So it's kind of fun for that. But it's not my favorite performance tool.